Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to the Angel Stadium of Anaheim, home of the Los Angeles Angels, who are sitting at 65 and 57 as they play host to our 66 and 55 New York Yankees, currently 2 games out of first place of the AL East. The Yankees' starting lineup is center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury, followed by left fielder Brett Gardner, third baseman Todd Frazier, catcher Brian McCann, right fielder Aaron Judge, first baseman Greg Bird, DH Tom Ullman, shortstop Jed Lowry, and second baseman Ronnie Torreyes. While on the mound for the Angels is the right-hander Matt Shoemaker, 9-6 on the season with a 2.02 ERA in 24 games started. And making his way to the plate now to lead off the ball game is Jacoby Ellsbury. The Yankees center fielder leads all of the major leagues with 47 stolen bases. And the first pitch of the ball game is in there for a strike, and we are underway here in Anaheim. 0-1 count on Ellsbury. Shoemaker sets, kicks, and fires. And that'll run up and in on Ellsbury. Hits him right on the elbow. If he didn't have that shoulder pad, that probably stinged quite a bit, but the shoulder pad did come in handy. So now Brett Gardner digs in as the speedy Ellsbury is on first. Shoemaker sets, and there goes Ellsbury. Takes off for second, and he is in there before the throw. That's stolen base number 48 as he extends his major league lead and puts himself in scoring position with nobody out. 1-0 to Brett Gardner. That's a ground ball at second base, fielded by Rutledge. Throws over to first, and a spinning throw by Rutledge while he was in the right field glass. Very nice play by Rutledge at second. And now Ellsbury is at third with 1 out as Todd Frazier at the plate. First pitch to him misses the strike zone, taken for a ball, 1-0 count. It is now evened out at 2-2 as Shoemaker delivers the 2-2. And Todd Frazier could not pull the trigger. Check swing, and he goes down looking. So now Brian McCann digs into the batter's box, the cleanup hitting catcher with 2 outs and a runner on third. Here comes the pitch from Shoemaker. That's a ground ball. First pitch swing, fielded by Pujols, steps in the bag himself. And they will not score despite having a chance to take the early lead. So goose eggs on the board for the Yankees at the end of the top half of the first. Welcome back to Yankees baseball here in the bottom of the first inning as the Angels starting lineup is shortstop Eric Aybar, second baseman Josh Rutledge, center fielder Mike Trout, right fielder Cole Calhoun, first baseman Albert Pujols, DH CJ Cron, left fielder Josh Hamilton, catcher Chris Iannetta, and round things out is the third baseman Ryan Wheeler. While on the mound for the Yankees is the Texas kid, the right-hander Nathan Eovaldi. He's evened out at 8-8 on the season with a 3.16 ERA, very respectable, in 25 games started. And now to lead off the ball game for the Angels, Eric Aybar digs into the batter's box, hitting .266 at home this season, which is slightly better than his road average of .250. And the first pitch to Aybar from Eovaldi is going to be fouled off to the third base side. That's strike 1. 0-2 count now on Aybar. Eovaldi over the head, turns, kicks, fires. And he swings through the up and in fastball, 96 on the gun, gets him to go down swinging. And now we have 2 outs in the inning for Mike Trout at the plate, the Millville Meteor. As Eovaldi sets, and here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. In there, nicks the outside half, change up, 0-1 count. Count runs to 0-2 now on Trout. Eovaldi over the head, turns, kicks, and fires. And that's going to be swung on and popped up into left field. Gardner takes a few steps to his left. He's camped under it, and that'll do it. That ends the first inning as they have goose eggs across the boards for the Yankees and the Angels here in Anaheim. Welcome back to Yankees baseball here in the top half of the third inning as Ronnie Torreyes digs into the batter's box with a 1 out and nobody on. He's hitting .262 on the road this season, which is slightly worse than his .297 at home. And the 0-1 pitch to him is grounded up the middle off the leg of Shoemaker. And it'll be fielded by Wheeler. And he chucks over to first, but Torreyes will be able to beat out the throw as he chugged on down that first baseline for an infield single. And it looks like Shoemaker will be okay as he'll stay in this ball game. So it's 1 out, runner on first, and Torreyes and Jacoby Ellsbury digs in now as the Yankees are back to the top half of the order. Here comes the first pitch to Ellsbury, and there goes Torreyes. He's in there at second base with a stolen bag, and he's now in scoring position with 1 out, and the 1-2 count on Ellsbury. Schumacher looks down Torreyes. Here comes the 1-2. As Ellsbury takes this one into right field, that lands for a base hit. Fielded by Calhoun, Torreyes rounds third. He comes home. Hill will score with ease, and Ellsbury has himself a stand-up RBI double. And now with 1 out, Todd Frazier's at the plate as Ellsbury finds himself on third, and Gardner is at first. The first pitch to Frazier's grounded to shortstop, flipped the second, fire to first, and that's a inning-ending double play as only 1 run comes in to score in the inning. As Todd Frazier grounds into a play, but not before Torreyes comes in on an Ellsbury RBI. It's 1-0 Yankees. Welcome back to Yankees baseball here in the top half of the 4th inning as Aaron Judge, all 6'7" of him, stands into the batter's box with 1 out and nobody on. Righty on righty. The pitch to Judge is swung on, and that's taken to deep left field. Back to the track goes Hamilton. He's at the wall. He'll watch it go. It's out of here. Aaron Judge connects with a solo shot into the left field bullpen as Matt Shoemaker gives up a solo shot. It is now a 2-0 Yankees lead as Tom Ullman digs into the batter's box after Judge's 12th home run of the season. It's now 2 outs. 2-0 Yankees lead. The first pitch to Ullman is swung on, and that's in the right center gap. That'll roll to the wall. It's at the track, fielded by Trout as Ullman gets into second base. He'll slide feet first as the throw is offline, and he's got himself a double with 2 outs, keeping the inning alive. Next batter up is the shortstop in Jed Lowry. 0-1 count on him. Here comes the pitch from Shoemaker. Ground ball to second base, fielded by Rutledge. He'll toss this one over the head of Pujols at first and into the stands as Ullman comes in to score. It's now a 3-0 Yankees lead. And Lowry reaches first, and he gets the second base on the E4 out of play. So Ronnie Torreyes digs into the batter's box now. First pitch to him is ripped into the left center gap. That'll roll into the gap. Lowry's heading home. He'll score with ease. Torreyes feet first, slide into second base. He's got an RBI double. And it's now a 4-0 Yankees lead. They are piling it on here in the 4th on the Angels. And now, after Torreyes' 19th double, Ellsbury digs into the batter's box, and they catch him in a run down, but he is not going to stop. He goes to third. He makes the final out of the inning at third base, a Cardinals sin, but not before they do strike for 3 in the inning to make it a 4-0 Yankees lead over the Angels at the end of the top half of 4. Welcome back to Yankees baseball here in the bottom half of the 4th inning as Josh Rutledge digs in to lead off the inning for the Angels. He'll be facing Nathan Eovaldi with an 0-2 count. Eovaldi kicks, turns, fires. At the little dribbler, a few feet in front of McCann, fielded by Eovaldi, fires over to first, but Rutledge beats out the throw as he has himself an infield single to lead off the inning. So Rutledge is on first. That brings up the Millville Meteor and Mike Trout. 0 for 1 on the day with a flyout back in the first. Eovaldi sets at the belt. Delivers the 0-2 to Trout. That's a ground ball. That's a fair ball past Bird at first base. Rutledge rounds second. He'll head to third as the throw is into the cutoff man. The Angels now have runners on the corners with nobody out thanks to Mike Trout. And that brings up the cleanup hitter in Cole Calhoun. 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out back in the second. With all these sets, and he delivers the 1-2. There goes Trout. He takes off for a second. The throw down is late as Mike Trout steals second base. He really can do it all. Gets an RBI, gets a single, moves the runner up to third, and then he steals second. So now a 2-2 on Calhoun. The pitch is ground ball past Bird into right field. Fielded by Judge. 1 run comes in. Here comes Trout. The throw to the plate. He is safe at the plate, says the umpire. And 2 runs come in on the Cole Calhoun RBI single. It's now a 4-2 ball game. It's only a 2-run lead now for the Yankees with runners on first and second now as C.J. Cron digs into the batter's box. 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball back to Eovaldi. Fields it, bobbles it, skips with it, fires over to first. And that's one down, but runners do move up to second and third as the double play possibility was wiped out on the bobble. And now Josh Hamilton, the left fielder, digs in, and they will be intentionally walking him to set up the bases loaded with nobody out and a force at one out correction and a force at any bag to try to get out of the inning. So Chris Iannetta digs into the batter's box. 2-0 count on him. Of all he sets and fires. That's a line drive right at Lowry, and he misses it. That'll get into the outfield. Here comes one run. Here comes the second run. The throw to the plate, and Pujols is in there. Safe, says the umpire, and it's now a 4-4 ball game. The Angels tied this ball game up with a Chris Iannetta 2 RBI single, and that'll end of all these day as Sean Markham comes in for the third time this season. The only second time this season out of the bullpen. And now with one down and runner on first and second, Ryan Wheeler's at the plate. A chance to get out, only allowing the game-tying run, but Ryan Wheeler does go down looking on that cutter. So he'll head back to the dugout, and now they are 1 out away from getting out, only allowing the tying run. Eric Aybar with the 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be ripped into right field, lands in for a base hit. Drudge has trouble with it. One runs rounding third. It'll head home. It will score, and the other moves over to third. So runners on the corners now as the Angels take the lead 5-4 as Hamilton comes in to score and Josh Rutledge digs into the batter's box. He's 1 for 2 on the day as they have now successfully batted around and back to the top half of the order. And that is swung on by Rutledge up into center field. One run comes in from third, and it's now a 6-4 Angels lead over the Yankees. A very successful inning at the plate here for the Angels. Runners on first and second now for Mike Trout. The first pitch to him is swung on, taken opposite way. That'll back to the track, off the wall. Judge fields it at the track. One run comes in. Here comes the second run. The throw will go to third, but Trout is in there with a triple. That's an RBI triple for Mike Trout, and the Angels have busted this one wide open as that will end Markham's day. And here comes the third pitcher of the inning in Jacob Lindgren. The left-hander will face the left-handed bat of Cole Calhoun. 8-4 Angels. Here comes the 0-2 to Calhoun, as that's past Frazier at third base. In comes Trout, and it's now 9-4 Angels. RBI single from Calhoun. It's a 9-4 score, like I said, so now C.J. Cron comes into the batter's box. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Lindgren sets. Here comes the pitch, as that's going to be swung on into left field to land for a base hit. Runner rounds third. Here he comes to the plate, and he's in there before the throw as Calhoun scores, and it's now a 10-4 Angels lead. They have scored 10 runs in this inning to eliminate the Yankees' 4-0 lead, and now Josh Hamilton digs into the batter's box. 1-2 count. Here it comes from Lindgren, and he cuts through it as they finally get out of the inning. A disastrous inning for the Yankees as they have lost their lead and made a chances of winning this ball game very slim as the Angels are up 10-4 at the end of 4. Welcome back to Yankees baseball here in the top half of the 9th inning. The Yankees struck for one more in this ball game, so it's 10-5 here as Morin is on the mound and Greg Bird is at the plate. The pitch to Bird is swung on, and you can kiss it goodbye. Greg Bird launches one into the right center seats. That's his 15th home run of the season, and he makes this now only a 4-run lead for the Angels. They'll need a few more here, but a solid start from Bird on the inning nonetheless. It's now 10-6. Angels over the Yankees at the 406-foot bomb, and now Tom Ullman digs into the batter's box. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a home run and a single. And a 1-0 count on him. The pitch from Morin is swung on, the high breaker. That's back to the track. Just in front of the track is Trout, and he'll put that one away for out number 1 of the top half of the 9th. As Ullman will trot back to the dugout, and that will bring up Jed Lowry, the shortstop. Morin sets. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on, taken opposite way, popped into left field. Hamilton barely has to move, and he's retired for out number 2 in Lowry, that is. So there's 2 down now as Ronnie Torres reaches on first base, and Jacoby Ellsbury is now digging into the batter's box with 2 outs. Morin sets. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball on the first pitch to Rutledge. He'll fire over to first, and he beats Ellsbury by a few steps, as that is how the cookie crumbles in this one. The New York Yankees have dropped yet another ball game, this time on the road to the Los Angeles Angels here in Anaheim by a score of 10-6. That bottom half of the 4th inning for the Angels was killer, where they scored 10 runs to eliminate the Yankees' 4-0 lead they had. So the Yankees are now 66-56 after the conclusion of this ball game, falling even farther from their usual first place. They basically have been in all season, and the Angels improve on their first place standings as they are now 66-57. Mike Trout, the Millville Meteor, picks up Player of the Game honors. He was 3 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBI. Cole Calhoun had 2 RBI, so did Iannetta. Rutledge had one himself as Matt Shoemaker gets the victory. He's now 10-6, and Nathan Eovaldi gets the loss. He's now 8-9, despite of Greg Bird, Aaron Judge, and Tom Ullman's home runs on the day. The Angels still come away with a 10-6 victory. As with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for this edition of Yankees Baseball. I've been your host, JerseyBorn, and I'm saying goodbye.
Trouble on my mind, I'm refusing to lose. Still, I gotta find me someone to abuse. So won't you run, spread the news, help say the word, then jump the fuck back and just act like you heard they call me.